SS501 is a South Korean boy band formed under the management of DSP Media, formerly known as Daesung Entertainment and DSP Entertainment. The group debuted in June 8, 2005 with 5 members, Kim Hyun-jun, Heo Young-saeng, Kim Kyu-jong, Park Jung-min and Kim Hyung-jun. Along with their debut mini-album entitled Warning, they achieved their first #1 song with Never Again, 2005, and released their first studio album, SS501 Now in 2006. In 2007, under the management of Pony Canyon, SS501 entered the Japanese-language market with their debut single Kokoro. The single debuted at the 5th spot on the Oricon chart, and moved to 3rd spot the next day. It was also chosen as an ending theme song for an anime entitled Blue Dragon. Also, they received the Newcomer Award by Japan Gold Disc Award in January 2008. Them being the first Korean artists to receive this award. In 2008, Duo of Hyun-joong been cast in Boys Over Flowers and Jung-min was also been cast in a musical Grease. SS501 project group consisting of Young-saeng, Kim Kyu-jong and Kim Hyung-jun was formed and they released To a Man. During their promotion, Heo was the leader of the subunit group. In 2009, SS501 come back with 5-member group and released Rebirth. In August, they embark on their first Asia tour Persona, with 2 concerts in Seoul. It was followed by 15 concerts in Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Thailand, China, Malaysia, and Singapore. In May 2010, SS501 released Destination, produced by Stephen Lee. 1 month later, in June 2010, upon the expiration of group's contract with DSP Media, all the members have subsequently moved to other management companies, to pursue solo careers, but Kim Hyun-jun, the leader, has stated that they have not disbanded. In October 2013, all 5 members of SS501 appeared together on one stage and performed together as a group again after 3 years, as seen at the Uniqlo X Hall. Etymology: the name of the band is a combination of letters and numbers that have special meaning. The first Euro stands for superstar, the second Euro is an abbreviation for singer, and the combination of 5, 0, and 1 symbolizes 5 members united as one forever. SS501's official fan club name is SSWHICH, means Superstar Supporters. Their first studio album entitled Street 01 Now is a combination of S from SS501, T from SS, and 01 Now, which, when combined all together, means SS501 and SS united as one from now until forever. History: pre-debut. Before debuting with SS501, most members had experiences in the entertainment world. Kim Hyun-jun was initially about to debut in a 5-member group, of which Anyeon of B2Y was to be the leader and Kim the youngest member. During 2001 and 2002, while working as a waiter in a family restaurant located at Jamsil-dong, Kim was introduced to a new set-up management company CEO. While the group underwent training together, they were asked by their company to debut in China as a Hallyu project group, but they rejected the offer and disbanded. Kim proceeded to audition for DSP Media and became a member and a leader of SS501. Heo Young-saeng started as a trainee at SM Entertainment. He then transferred companies and joined DSP Media, formerly known as DSP Entertainment, instead, and became a member and a main vocalist of SS501. Park Jung-min was once a commercial model for condoms. When he was 13, he was scouted by an agency and was accepted by both DSP Media and SM Entertainment. At that time, SM Entertainment told him that they were preparing a new group, but that the group consisted of many members, which according to Park was probably Super Junior since he saw them rehearsing too. Park eventually chose DSP Media because he believed that he would debut faster through DSP. Kim Hyung-jun appeared on Ok Joo-yeon's music video, Catch in 2004. He was also the first one to be included in SS501, which means he had the longest training period. In addition, SS501 has had their first variety show before they officially debuted entitled SS501M. Picked by MNET, documenting their pre-debut days and 3 months after their debut. 2005 A Euro 06, debut, SS501 officially debuted on June 8, 2005 along with their first mini-album, Kyungo. Their second mini-album, Snow Prince, was released in late 2005, 5 months after their debut. During this time, they also established their official fan club name, SS, and fan club color, pearl green. The group earned popularity right away as they won many rookie awards after their debut. The group was inactive in Korea for most of 2006, although they had their first fan meeting in Japan in April of that year. The reason was due to Heo Young-saeng's throat condition, which required a surgery, thus resulting in a need for time to fully recover. In mid-2006, they held their first successful concert, Step Up concert in Osaka, Japan. In late 2006, they returned to Korea in order to promote their first studio album, which was released on November 10 entitled ST01 Now. Singles from the album included Unlock and 4 Chance. Alongside promoting the album on various variety and music shows, they also filmed a show on Net, which was called SS501 SOS. The group also lent their voices for the 2006 animated movie Pie Story. 2007 08, breakthrough success, Japanese debut, Boys Over Flowers, and Subunit. Later in 2007, the group debuted in the Japanese market to further spread their activities and challenge themselves outside Korea. A Japanese fan club was established with the name SS Japan, which officially debuted on March 25, 2007, when SS501 had their first official meeting with the club. The group at this time released their Japanese single Kokoro, alongside multiple versions, including one with all members and 5 featuring each member individually. The single debuted at the 5th spot on the Oricon chart, and moved to 3rd spot the next day. It was also chosen as an ending theme song for an anime entitled Blue Dragon. SS501 appeared in the Japanese drama Hotelier as a cameo scene in episode 7. In May 2008, Kim Hyun-jun joined the cast of We Got Married along with Wimbo in episode 9. The other members frequently appeared on the said show as well, while doing their Japanese activities and recording their upcoming second single. Later in September, SS501 released their second single in Japan entitled Distance. Finally in October 24, a month later, a full album was released with their self-titled album, SS501. SS501 also received the Newcomer Award by Japan Gold Disc Award in January 2008. This was the first time for Korean artists to receive this award. SS501 returned to Korea with their single Deja Vu, which was released on March 13, 2008. The title track was the first song to be promoted, and they began their comeback on music channel Net's Countdown. After their success with their single Deja Vu, they began to promote their second single, a song Calling for You. They performed their goodbye stage on Music Bank in June 2008, to return to Japanese activities. Their third Japanese single was released on June 18, 2008 entitled Lucky Days. Then, for a short period of time, they returned in Korea and released a mini-album entitled, Find. On October 4, the group represented Korea to perform at the Seoul World Cup Stadium, and received the Best Asian Artist Award at the 5th Asia Song Festival, organized by Korea Foundation for International Culture Exchange. On October 2, 2008, Kim Hyun-jun was cast for his first lead acting role as Yoon Ji-hoo in the Korean version of Hana Yori Dango, officially named Boys Over Flowers, a role for which he won the Most Popular Actor Award at the Seoul International Drama Awards 2009 and the Popularity Award at the 45th Baeksang Arts Awards. The series was broadcast on KBS during the first half of 2009. During this time, around early 2009, Park Young-min was also cast for his musical debut in Grease as Danny Park, where he received the award Best New Musical Talent by the Golden Ticket Awards. While both Kim and Park were busy with their schedules, the remaining 3 members formed SS501 project group with Heo Young-saeng as the leader. The project group was initially to be named after their fan club SS, however before the subunit group debut it was decided to retain SS501 name out of respect to the absent members. They released a project album named You a Man in November 2008, with a high-tempo dance track You a Man, which the three remaining SS501 members promoted by themselves, with the exception of some special performances that included all 5 band members. The project group also performed You a Man in episode 4 of Boys Over Flowers, where they appeared for a cameo performance. Moreover, they contributed to the Boys Over Flowers soundtrack with the EE to the first IA track, in which they received multiple awards such as Song of the Month, Best OST Award, and Best TV Drama Song of the Year, just to name a few. 2009-10, Mini-albums, First Asian Tour, leaving DSP Media. SS501 released their official second Japanese studio album, All My Love, on May 13, 2009. Although they were doing a cappella performances during their past years before, it was their first time to record and include an a cappella title track to their album, All My Love. A promotional tour was held in Japan in support of the album. On July 21, 2009, they released their 6th mini-album, Solo Collection, which consisted of the individual members' songs. It also includes a mini-drama starring by SS501, themselves, particularly Kim Hyun-jun and Park Jung-min. In August 2009, they embark on their first Asia tour Persona, with 2 concerts in Seoul. It was followed by 15 concerts in Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Thailand, China, Malaysia, and Singapore. The group's 7th mini-album Rebirth was released in 2 parts, in a limited and a full edition. The former was released on October 20, while the latter on October 22. SS501 promoted the album with the single Love Like This, a track collaborated by Stephen Lee, Sean Alexander, and Drew Ryan Scott. The single was also sang by Varsity Fan Club, Scott's group, in English lyrics with the same title single, which was released later in 2010. On November 21, 2009, the group along with artists from SM Entertainment, Inwoo Production and Pledis Entertainment did not attend the 2009 Net Asian Music Awards. However, DSP stated that unlike the other agencies, they were not boycotting the event, but they were busy with preparations for their first Asian tour. In 2010, SS501 continued their first Asia tour Persona concert in Thailand before holding their final encore concert, on February 27, in Seoul to conclude the tour. Although the release of a new mini-album was planned for May 1, 2010, the date was pushed back in order to add finishing touches. They performed at the 2010 Dream concert later that month. Due to the fact that Kim Hyun-jun was still recovering from a previous injury, they sang 2 ballads instead of the rumored comeback track. Their last mini-album before the contract's expiration entitled Destination was released on May 24, 2010. The lead track, Love Ya, was composed by Stephen Lee, a song accompanied by an orchestra, and blended with a piano melody. Their first win for the lead track, Love Ya, was on KBS's Music Bank, on June 11. On June 18, DSP announced that SS501 would end their Love Ya promotions due to the expiration of their contract on June 7, 2010, 5 years after since their debut. During the second half of 2010, upon the expiration of the group's contract with DSP Media, all the members then subsequently signed with other management companies. Kim Hyun-jun signed with Key East Entertainment, Park Jung-min joined Sienna Media. Kim Hyung-jun with S Plus Entertainment. Heo Young-saeng and Kyu-jong both signed with B2M Entertainment. Kim Hyun-jun explained in an interview that, at the time, there wasn't a company that would accepted them as a whole, thus the group decided to take the chance to focus on their solo activities. In October 2010, Kim Hyung-jun announced that SS501 was planning release a new album in 2011 but was pushed back, probably because of their busy schedules. 2011-12, Solo Artists and Military Service. For detailed information, see also, Kim Hyun-jong, Heo Young-saeng, Kim Kyu-jong, Park Jung-min, and Kim Hyung-jun. With the group on hiatus, the members pursued solo activities. Kim Hyun-jun starred in the leading role of Baek Sung-jo in Korean drama Playful Kiss, broadcast on MBC in September 2010. He then released his debut solo album Breakdown on June 8, 2011, and it exceeded 70,000 pre-ordered copies in 10 days. He then released his second mini-album Lucky in October. It debuted at number 5 on Billboard's World Chart. On December 15, 2011, Kim released his digital single Marry You/Marry Me, which consists of Marry Me and Marry You as well as instrumental versions of them. Music videos for both songs were released on his official YouTube channel the same day. On January 25, 2012, Kim released his first Japanese single Kiss Kiss/Lucky Guy. He was also offered as the main lead role for the drama Conquest for the City Conquest, portraying the main character of Beul, a wild and strong man. Only a few days before filming for City Conquest began in Japan, Kim released his second Japanese single Heat on July 4. Kim finally released his first full-length Japanese album entitled Unlimited on December 12, which consists of 14 tracks including the Japanese versions of Breakdown and Lucky Guy. Heo Young-saeng and Kim Kyu-jong held a joint fan meeting, Kim Kyu-jong and Heo Young-saeng's Story and Soul on December 4, which continued in Hong Kong, Japan and countries across Asia. Heo Young-saeng was scheduled to launch his solo singing career on April 28, 2011, but had to postpone because he pulled the ligaments on his right hand during dance practice. His debut solo mini-album, Let It Go, was released on May 12, 2011, which features Kim Kyu-jong and Hyuna of girl group 4 Minute. The album peaked at number 1 on Gain's album chart for the week starting on May 8, 2011. In November and December, Heo made his theatrical musical debut in The Three Musketeers. Afterwards, on December 28, just before the end of the year, Heo released a soundtrack song entitled The Words on My Lips for Fermented Family, a Korean drama. Later in 2012, Heo joined the cast of KBS2 sitcom I Need a Fairy in episode 23, playing the role Heo Young-saeng/Kaki. A month later, he released a soundtrack of the said drama entitled Love Song. Heo released his second mini-album entitled Solo in May, in which Heo, himself, participated in the planning process and production of it. He then went to Japan to release his first Japanese album entitled Overjoyed in September. Overjoyed entered the Japanese Oricon weekly album charts at number 29. Heo Young-saeng will enlist in the army on October 31, 2013. He is currently serving as a police officer. Kim Kyu-jong made his musical debut in Gong musical, playing the lead role of Crown Prince Lee Shin, in Kyoto, Japan from June 11 to July 1, and debuted as a solo artist in September 2011 with mini-album Turn Me On. The album features rap by Heo Young-saeng and dance track My Love, and Yang-won of Spiker in Yesterday music video. In October 2011, Kim was cast in 36-part weekend drama, Saving Madame Go Bong Shil on cable channel CSTV, playing an aspiring musical actor named Nikki to mark his acting debut. In June 2012, B2M Entertainment announced that Kim Kyu-jong is to fulfill his mandatory military service in July, making him the first member to enlist. On June 3, he held his farewell fan meeting, Thank You Then Kyu with SS at Yonsei University in Sinkan-dong, Seoul. This marks his last official activity before his enlistment in July and the first time in over 2 years that all 5 members of SS501 have gathered together. On July 23, Kim reported to the Recruit Training Center of the 35th Division in Jeonju, North Yeola Province for 4 weeks of basic training. They further explained that he was originally exempted because he has a hepatitis B carrier. However, since a change in conscription law, he is eligible to serve non-active duty as a public service worker. On July 18, Kim released a limited edition, and later on a normal edition, mini-album Meet Me Again dedicated to his fans before his enlistment. Park Young-min's comeback single, Not Alone, was originally planned to be released on November 25, 2010, but was pushed back to January 20, 2011. He then released his first mini-album The Park Young-min on April 1, 2011. Park was cast in a Japanese musical Bonds of Boys as an exchange student from November 18 to 23, 2011. He also expanded his experience in acting by being cast in the Japanese drama, Love Song in August. He also contributed to KBS2's The Princess Man OST in August, where he sang Missing You composed by Park Young-wook during 2012. Park acted in the Taiwanese drama Fondant Garden in February, playing the lead role of Park Hee-hwan. On April 12, Park filed an injunction at Seoul Central District Court against his agency CNO Media to cancel his exclusive representation contract, citing improper distribution of profits. The decision of the court came on July 30, favoring Park Young-min's case against CNO Media, and it finally came to an end on May 22, after reaching an agreement that all ties would be cleared. He then debuted as Romeo under Victor Music after his lawsuit against CNO Media. He released 2 Japanese albums, Give Me Your Heart and Tonight's the Night in September and October respectively. In November, he comes back to Korea as Park Young-min for his 3rd mini-album Beautiful. At the end of the year, he released a full-length Japanese album Midnight Theatre back as Romeo. Kim Hyung-jun signed with Avex Entertainment for his Japanese activities in January 2011. On March 8, 2011, Kim finally released his debut solo mini-album My Girl with music videos for the 2 lead tracks Oh, Ah, and Girl, in which Park Young-min visited him during the music video shoot for the latter. A Japanese version was released on April 6, 2011 with 2 bonus tracks of Japanese versions of the 2 lead tracks. On July 27, Kim released his first Japanese single, Long Night. In October 2011, Kim made his theatre debut in the romantic comedy musical Caffeine, where he played as a barrister. After his acting debut on Black City, Kim starred on his first main lead role in KBS drama's romantic comedy series, My Shining Girl in March, playing the role of Kang Min. His acting career was followed by SBS Plus's Late Blossom in the same year, playing the character of Young-min Chi. In July, he released his 2nd mini-album entitled Escape with its single Sorry, I'm Sorry. The album includes 5 songs, and a 25-minute drama MV starring Kang Ji-hwan, Lee Ki-woo, and himself. He, then, held his first solo live tour 2012 First Story in Japan in April, and 2012 Second Story in Japan in August consecutively. In November, he was cast in Rough Play, a film written and produced by Kim Ki-duk. 2013 Present, Expanding Individual Careers, Reunite, Military Service, SS501 Best Collection. Kim Hyun-joong had his first Japanese tour in January entitled Japan Tour 2013 OE Unlimited a Euro Tour. In February, it was rumored that City Conquest has been rejected by KBS for the reason that it lacked in quality. After some time, it was announced that Kim Hyun-joong will be withdrawing from the drama and is planning to start in another drama later this year instead. On the other hand, Kim made his comeback in a Korean variety show, Barefoot Friends, which first aired on April 21. On June 5, Kim released his 3rd Japanese single, Tonight. On June 6, the same day as his birthday, Kim released his new digital single in Korea entitled, What It Means to Be Alive as a present for his fans. 2 days later, on June 8, Kim held his 2013 KHJ show, Party People fan meeting in Seoul, Korea to meet with his fans after a long while. According to Star Today interview to Kim, he is planning to enlist in the army next year. Heo Young-saeng was invited to do a collaboration with Lee Young-bong named Goodbye My Love, which was released on January 31. Heo then released his 3rd mini-album Life on March 13. After his album promotions, he left to Japan and started his summer snow musical as Tachibana Seiji, a young doctor who has a one-sided love to his patient, Kotesuki. On May 29, news was spreading that Heo is planning to enlist for his mandatory military service in November. According to one of B2M Entertainment's representatives, he already decided to enlist by the end of 2013 right after he receives a draft notice. In fact, he already had a health checkup, and he was found to be fit for active duty by the Office of Military Manpower Administration. Further information about his enlistment has not been decided yet. During early June, Heo's Japan official website released tracks and information for his upcoming second Japanese album entitled Memories to You, to be released on July 3. The title is said to be Heo's memories shared with his fans. On October 3, 2013, B2M officially announced Heo's enlistment details through his official website. They confirmed that he will be enlisted on October 31 at 2 p.m. at Nonsan Korean Army Training Center. 4 days later, B2M once again announced Heo's last album release on October 16 before his enlistment. At the same time, Yasasia released a pre-order version of She's special album. The album contains 5 tracks about a man's regrets and painful memories for a past lover, and his single, Weak Child, features Japanese actress Fuya Mina. There was a fan signing event held on October 20, 7 p.m. at KTLA Square. Kim Kyu-jong is still serving in the military service as of 2013. Since he was doing his military duty, updates about him can only be known through his friends' Twitter updates and him writing personal handwritten letters to his fans to show his love and appreciation. To further show his acknowledgement towards his fans, it was revealed that he joined Then Kyu's various donation activities. On February 1, Kyu-jong sent 14 woven hats that he and his mother had personally weaved during his spare time. On March 9, Kim spent his free time attending Kim Hyung-jun's first solo concert, the first at Warrior Hall, Olympic Park, Seoul. He even went up to the stage with Kim Hyung-jun and bowed together, marking the end of the concert. 22nd of July 2014, Kim was officially discharged from military service. Park Jung-min attended and performed at the 2013 StarHub TV Be Golden Viva Spectacular together with sister, You Kiss and More on February 9, that was initially filmed during the January 31 at the Seoul Student Jamsil Gymnasium. The performances were broadcast simultaneously in Korea, Singapore, and Hong Kong to celebrate the Lunar New Year with their Hong Kong fans. On February 14, he held a press conference at the Sony Music Square in Tokyo about his upcoming concert tour. He had 8 performances in total, starting on March 19 in Fukuoka, March 21 in Osaka, March 22 in Tokyo, and March 23 in Nagoya. His shows had a different concept, though, light-dark, good-bad concept. In particular, he performed by the name Park Jung-min during the day, then changing his persona to Romeo, when the night comes. Kim Hyung-jun had his first solo concert in Korea to commemorate his second anniversary since his solo debut in 2011. Kim Hyung-jun the first was held on March 9 at the Warrior Hall at the Olympic Park, organized by SPLUS Entertainment and managed by SH Creative Works. He then came back on television screens, as he has been cast in MBC drama Pots of Gold, playing the role of Han Ji-hye's younger brother Mong-gu. On May 1, it was reported that he is planning to be enlisted in the military next year, 2014. During this time, he had his Who Am I Japanese Live concert, which was held on March 29 to April 7 that went through cities such as Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo. On May 1, it was reported that he is planning to be enlisted in the military next year, 2014. During this time, he was busy preparing for his Who Am I Live tour concert in Nagoya and Tokyo at the end of May and early June. During SS501's 8th anniversary, SS501 members posted the same video on YouTube together to celebrate and greet their fans. Kim Hyun-jun was not able to be in the video at the time because he had a shooting on his variety show, Barefoot Friends. However, Kim Hyun-jun still talked about his debut on his Korea fan meeting entitled 2013 KHJ Show, Party People, held at the same day of their anniversary. On October 26, 2013, Heo had his first and farewell concert in Seoul entitled 2013 Heo Young-saeng Seoul Concert 0513 My Story, which marks the first time that all 5 members of SS501 appeared together on one stage and performed together as a group again after 3 years, as seen at the Uniqlo X Hall. In 2014, SS501 to release SS501 Best Collection album in Japan on September. The compilation set features a total of 2 albums, one featuring their greatest Korean language hits and the other featuring their Japanese language hits. Volume 1 features 26 Korean language songs. It comes with a bonus DVD containing 16 music videos while Volume 2 features 17 Japanese language songs. It comes with a bonus DVD containing 3 music videos and additional bonus content. Members, Fan Club, Official Fan Club Color, Pearl Light Green AAA, Official Fan Club Name, Triple S, also known as Green Peas, Date of Establishment, December 18, 2005, as of May 2013, Triple S is still on the top 5 list according to Dorm Fan Cafe in spite of the group's hiatus. In July 2014, to celebrate the group's 9th anniversary since debut, SS501 Forest was built in Seoul by Triple S from in and out of Korea. It has been built through the Star Forest Project, which is a part of the Green Forest Project carried out by the City of Seoul and social venture group, Tree Planet. The forest carries the fancy Euro unregistered trademark Hope for SS501 to begin promotions again as a team. The participating fans stated, individual official fan club name, Kim Hyun-jun, Henesia, which is a combination of H, and Benicia, which derives from Latin word meaning blessed. Heo Young-saeng, YES, which stands for Young-saeng's eternal supporter. Kim Kyu-jong, then Kyu, which means being thankful for the existence of each other all the time. Park Jung-min, Kazok, which means family. Kim Hyung-jun, JUNUS, which stands for Junior NUS while his Japan official fan club name is called Junaway. In spite of the fact that they established their own fan club name, each member is still using Pearl Light Green as their official fan club color. Artistry. Although most of their music is composed by various people, the members of SS501 have also contributed to their albums. 5 of them wrote the lyrics for Green Peas from Rebirth album dedicated especially to their fans. Kim Hyung-jun and his brother, Kim Ki-bum, formerly of U-Kiss, composed, under the name H&B, the songs, Want It, The One, I Am from You A Man album and Hey G from Solo Collection album. Kim Hyung-jun also wrote the lyrics of the song Obsess in their Rebirth album. Heo Young-saeng composed his solo song Is It Love? From Solo Collection album and wrote the lyrics of Until Forever, one of the tracks in SS501's album Destination. Park Jung-min composed the song Kiss, which is sung by Rainbow from Gossip Girl album, where he performed the song at their Persona concert. He also wrote the lyrics of Not Alone and contributed to all the other songs from his album. He wrote lyrics in Japanese and sang the song Your Color himself for his new mobile drama for LISMO channel in Japan entitled Love Song in August. Discography. Filmography. Radio, 2006 Euro 2007, SS501's Young Street Euro, Kim Kyu-jong, Park Jung-min and Heo Young-saeng, 2009 Euro Present, Music Higher Euro, Kim Hyung-jun, Bibliography, 2008, PHOTO 501 Photo Book, 2009, Endless Melody Photo Book, Concerts and Showcase, Step Up in Seoul, South Korea, Step Up in Busan, South Korea, Step Up in Daegu, South Korea, Concert in Osaka, Japan, Concert in Seoul, South Korea, 4th Annual Korean Music Festival in Los Angeles, California, USA, Concert in Tokyo, Japan. Concert in Shanghai, China, Concert in Tokyo, Japan, Concert in Osaka, Japan, SS501 Showcase with Triple SA Euro Olympic Fencing Gymnasium, Seoul, Victory Concert in Los Angeles, California, USA, 7th Annual Korean Music Festival in Los Angeles, California, USA, First Asia Tour Persona in Seoul, South Korea Euro 2 Concerts, First Asia Tour Persona in Tokyo, Japan, First Asia Tour Persona in Taipei, Taiwan, First Asia Tour Persona in Shanghai, China, First Asia Tour Persona in Hong Kong, China, First Asia Tour Persona in Bangkok, Thailand, First Asia Tour Persona Encore in Seoul, South Korea. SS501 Special Concert in Saitama Super Arena, SS501 Newton X Concert in Seoul, South Korea, Awards. For individual awards, See also, Kim Hyun-jun Awards, Heo Young-saeng Awards, Kim Kyu-jong, Park Jung-min Awards, and Kim Hyung-jun Awards, Major Awards, Music Program Awards. These are a collection of SS501's wins on Korea's televised music shows. Inkageo is aired on SBS, Countdown on Korean cable channel Net, and Music Bank on KBS. References. External links, Korean, SS501 DSP Media official homepage, Japanese, SS501's official Japanese homepage, DSP Media official YouTube channel.